Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Kyle the Pug Podcast, episode number 14. This is the episode number 14 of the Reboot. We are recording on June 28th, 2020, and I can't believe we're in, like, part of the last week of June, and it's almost July. That's nuts. But, but anyways, welcome to the show, everybody. I just wanted to announce real quick that this will be the first of two shows that will be recorded this week, so we're recording two shows. One today, one tomorrow. So, that being said, let's get right on it. So, as of course, I am Kyle the Pug, the man, the myth, the person that runs the place and hosts this show. And everybody that's with me, why don't you say hi? Say hi, everybody.
Hi.
Mama Bugs is in the back, just said hi. She's not even part of the show, but she says hi. But anyways, yeah, Ice is also here, even though she's got like her mic muted.
Yeah, I think she went to do something real quick.
Yeah, she went to go do something. So, Penguinator, what's been going on with you, man? What you been up to? What's life? How's life treating you?
Yeah, just the usual. Work, try to enjoy my days off when I can.
And raging on Dead by Daylight, apparently.
Yeah, with a bunch of randoms that don't know. Don't bring the guy over there.
Things never change. Things never ever change.
I swear, Zombie Cactus taught him how to play.
Yeah, Zombie Cactus is the person that taught him how to play, for sure. But is this a four-person podcast? Because I think Matt just joined.
Yeah, with Alex.
Didn't see it pop up.
Oh, you didn't see his name pop up? Yeah, I didn't see his name notification being online either. But hi, Matthew. How are you? What's going on?
Oh,
Good.
there it goes.
Good.
Now it pops.
Wait. Oh, good. Just, hanging out with Alex. Andrew's sleeping. He'll probably wake up right in the middle of the podcast, but,
You just hear the baby just go, wee, wee,
Probably
wee.
like
He
5
just
minutes into
smells
it.
the
He's like, I want to be on the podcast, too.
No, Bill, no. Just, get out of here, Bill.
Bill, you're banned like Dr. Disrespect.
Yeah, that is something we're gonna talk about here in a little bit. But Matt, what's been going on? How's life treating you?
Hi, Kyle.
Hi, Kyle
Oh.
Ice Cream. There it goes.
There it is.
Well, there you go. Just some adorableness that we have on the show.
Just, getting back to streaming a little here and there, and then posting videos more than I can. Yeah. Yes,
He really wants to be on.
Yep.
And then, just hanging out with the boys. So, and I don't mean you guys, I mean the little boys.
We know.
So, Yeah.
Alex and Andrew, and Andrew's being he's being the big boy that he is. So,
little thick boy right now, but he's getting there. Just baby fat. It'll go. It'll pass.
but as for
Don't
what
pass that
I've been
game.
up to, dude, that was coming. But what I've been up to, games wise, I've been playing Penguin. You're gonna be excited for this one. My backlog, I've been getting some help from people on this every so often, every time I get stuck. I've been playing some Super Metroid on the Super Nintendo app for the Switch, so
And
having some fun with it. I got the second energy tank and I got the heat suit, so I'm kind of like in the bits of Norfair. I think that's the name of the area. Like I'm kind of like near that
Yeah.
location.
oh, okay.
But yeah, so yeah, I had at least a couple people helping me on that, telling me because I remember somebody was telling me with Metroid, it's a game that's about exploring and open world stuff, and you gotta figure out what you have to get. Yeah.
Yeah, it can be if you just want to go through, beat the bosses, and leave, you won't get 100%. But if you do get 100% and beat it in under a certain time, it's kind of weird that a kid's game would have this, but it has her sitting there out of her uniform in a bikini top and bottom and gives you a thumbs up.
Yeah, I did remember seeing that somewhere in a video a long time ago. But yeah, Nintendo. This is for kids, everybody.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's
Take a phone call real quick.
underwear. I think it's just the undersuit that she wears.
Yeah.
But still, it's just kind of I mean, you got kids playing that game, and you're like, wait a minute, she's naked.
Like, nope. That's not how it works. It's a rated E for... Well, actually, I don't know. Have they been, like, rated T for teen as of lately? Those Metroid games? I don't know. I mean, that's...
I have to go back and see. I can't remember. I thought that was rated E for everyone.
I know the Super Nintendo one's obviously rated E.
Yeah. I'm not sure about the Switch.
I mean,
I think
like...
it's probably still E for everyone.
Yeah, I'll probably work on more on my backlog here on Monday. But other than that, though, I mean, I've kind of logged in every so often for Animal Crossing. Like I said, I'm just checking on the usual. They had a bug-off contest that was on a Saturday, and I'll just tell you this right now. It was super duper less stressful and really easy, unlike the fishing contest, which obviously was the same thing. You just get 300 points, you get, equipment, prizes, whatever, and then yeah, it was less stressful. But welcome back, Matt.
Sorry about that. You were saying?
But no, I was just talking about what I've been, Penguin and I were just talking about Super Metroid, but I'm kind of logging in towards Animal Crossing every so often, doing some Pokemon raids, all that jazz. Yes. And obviously been streaming. I just played with Brother Goofy earlier today, so shout out to him and, the other rest of the crew for obviously Overwatch. We just played together for a couple hours, and then here I am on the podcast.
How did that go today, that stream?
It was okay, but like I said, just people were just, trying their asses off on the game. Like, it's competitive Overwatch in quick play. So, I mean,
nice.
ask Penguin.
Competitive anything is going to be just, tryhards.
Yeah, like I said, you can ask Penguin. Even Friday the 13th, people can be super competitive. Oh my god! And like I said, it's just we'll have a few wins every so often, but yeah, there's competitive. Don't get me wrong, competitive is actually super fun when I actually do get to play it. But at the same time, it can be kind of tedious, and when you run into people that are super toxic on Overwatch chat lobby, which. Fourth wall break. I will have an Overwatch video this week, so be on the lookout for that. A little bit of a fourth wall break I'm doing, but
oh dear,
it's pretty funny. It's a pretty funny video. But anyways, yeah. I mean, like I said, I was having some fun with my brother and all of them. So yeah, I mean, nothing really much else for me. But Matt, any games you've been grinding on before we get started?
When the boys are not here, I usually keep going on that Friday the 13th all the time, going in Pokemon raids a lot lately.
All the time, Friday the 13th, especially when your mom's not around.
No, actually, she's kind of lightened up on that. She's not being as quicker as she used to be.
That's awesome. That's good.
She doesn't care anymore. I mean,
seriously, that's good.
That's pretty much what it was before. It's like, I don't like that in my household. Now she's kind of lightened up because she knows the shit I'm going through. She's like, you know what? I don't even care. Go for it. But with
Mom, if you don't like this, you're gonna love Dead by Daylight.
Yeah. Well, the servers on Dead by Daylight just keep delaying and delaying, and it's like it takes 20 minutes to get into a match.
Lately, I haven't had any problems. The longest it's taken me to get into a match has been about 3-4 minutes.
That's good. Okay, good to see the
That's not bad.
dedicated servers there.
Makes Friday the 13th servers look good. Just getting into a match.
Well, also in addition to that, kind of parlaying off the Friday the 13th servers deal, the fact that, as we always expect, when they have an update that happens that's supposed to quote-unquote improve, and it is a quote patch, there's always 14 different other things that go wrong, and I've posted quite a few things saying wow, Phonic, your game is completely fixed. Wow, thank you so much for that quote-unquote patch that you put out there.
Where Jason just looks like he's playing whack-a-mole on that
whack-a-mole, and then glitch Jason, who looked like he has it's like instead of Mario Paint, it's Jason Paint. It's so
my
bad.
God.
It's so bad.
Look, it's melted Jason.
Yeah, that's a good one actually. I like that. But no, besides that, just been going on Pokemon. I streamed, of course, my journey through the Isle of Armor, which should be a 3-hour tour, but I made it longer than usual.
3-hour tour.
3 hours later, like SpongeBob.
But I always like to.
Was, Gilligan's Island.
Yeah, I got the reference. But yeah, and then just whenever I can find it, I'm trying to grind out this video for the Diglett locations. By the time I get it finished, it might be probably next year. But just putting helpful videos up for people who are maybe just now getting the DLC, and instead if they happen to stumble to my channel, great. If they don't, oh well, at least they have content on there. But yeah, mainly it's been Pokemon, and then also just jumping in raids here and there, getting excited for Zarude whenever he does come out. Which I think in my video I posted up that was allegedly the thought is August 7th, but that's a complete alleged date. It's not confirmed or anything.
It's supposed to be like from the movie that's coming out in Japan. And speaking of Diglett, I think I only need like 6 more to find. Like 6 more. I don't remember what locations though. I mean, they should be like a counter of like certain areas where you gotta.
I need to just post that video quickly then. Get at least one view on it. Get from Kyle the post. Oh, that's where he was. No, there are some locations that I found that were like, wow, that's a good hiding location from Diglett. Jesus.
Yeah, some of the locations they're easy to miss, so that's why you gotta look up a walkthrough.
Extremely easy to miss. But
I only need to find 6 more.
It's mainly been Pokemon and Friday.
Yeah, because there was one Diglett. I want to say he was just as you were about to cross into Challenge Beach or something.
Mm-hmm.
He was right there in the corner.
Yeah.
Right on the edge of a bush. So I was like, dang, that's a little cheeky spot.
Yeah. I mean, it's incredible. It's like, I like that. I like how challenging they made it.
Yeah, and sometimes they'll have them like blending in with the bushes or the flowers in the forest and all that. And I'm like, yeah, that's
like the flower is literally the same color as his hair on his head. I'm like, wow, that's a GG Diglett. That's a nice spot to hide out.
Michael Myers on the Isle of Armor, basically COD or Pokemon version. That's basically you just find all the Diglett.
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing really much. Just I've been doing the usual. Nothing really new.
And getting excited already for the next DLC, because that's going to be huge. Seeing some of the, I don't like to jump on spoiler videos, but just kind of seeing things on Twitter where I think one guy somehow, when he must have like a hack switch or something, but he was able to go down to the location where the Crown Tundra map is, and it looks ginormous. It looks way bigger than the Isle of Armor. I'm super excited about that. It's going to be probably a little more than 3 hours of content, I think. At least the gameplay, not the story. The story will probably be just as long, but it looks really good. So I'm already ecstatic for it. It's probably coming out in November, but,
Well, yeah, late October, early November, somewhere around there.
The Isle of Armor was probably going to be a little bit bigger, but they wanted to go ahead and kind of get it out, because so many people, of course, of what they're going through, and everybody's like Pokemon or Animal Crackers and others that
Animal Crackers.
It's like Nintendo Switch has become the go-to game for people in quarantine, and it
like for the go-to console, basically. Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So I think Nintendo's like, we got to get this out because people are going bonkers at home with nothing new, and I mean, to me, they did really good with what they did come out with, and what they were going to add to Isle of Armor, I think they added on to the next one.
Oh yeah, definitely, for sure.
So that way they can get Isle of Armor out first, and then they can concentrate on getting the next one out and have a little bit bigger island.
Still enjoyable. I mean, regardless, it's a very good DLC.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
yeah, it was. It was very good though. Just the story was just
you can't really tell
that short.
It's less.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, I think it's actually really cool too, because actually when you, I like the aspect that they added to it, where they kind of a shout out back to the whole Pikachu days, the Pokemon Yellow, where Pikachu would just walk with you, he refused to be in a Pokeball. I really like how they added that aspect to it, and I'm wondering if, when they do go to Crown Tundra, whenever that releases, if they're going to transfuse that, or have an event where
you can
go in the Isle of Armor, you can do it in the actual main area.
Well, I was going to say, they actually had that in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, where the first Pokemon in your party would actually follow you around no matter what, like, for the entire game.
Yeah. Even Eevee, too. Well, Eevee, actually. Even Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu.
Yeah, that too.
They didn't follow you, but... Well, they did, yeah.
Plus, you actually have the option of...
oh, hello, Ice. Ice finally comes onto the show.
Just so you know.
Hey, there she is.
I've been sitting here this longest time, I just had to come back in just to correct Matt.
Hi, ice cream.
The only reason she came back was to correct Matt.
Yep, there you go. Exactly.
And there it is, just like a... Actually, it's not that way.
because Matt's blonde, everyone, just in case.
I am really blonde.
Yeah, we know
I
that.
can't even take I'm directionally challenged,
Porygon
too.
2, Porygon Y for the longest time.
You know, for the
my
longest,
God.
I actually couldn't believe that I said that. I'm like, wait a minute, Porygon Y? What? So, I think it's because of the splicers. There's the DNA splicers where it's like there's a...
Porygon Y? That's not even a thing.
Splicers for in the thing. I was looking at that like the splicers A's and all this. I'm thinking, oh
yeah. So it's Porygon,
this?
Porygon 2, and then Porygon Z.
Yeah,
that's
Porygon
all it was.
Z, yeah.
It just
Porygon
doesn't.
Y than Porygon Z. That made me more sense, but that's okay.
All right. Well, anyways, we need to get on some news. We need to talk about here. So this is a big one. This is like huge news. Like this was kind of like announced yesterday. And this is like a big bombshell to like the Twitch franchise. And Dr. Disrespect, everybody knows who he is, obviously. Big following on Twitter and Twitch. Known for games for like, PUBG, Fortnite, Apex. I think there was another one, but I forgot which one it was. But he is banned from Twitch from apparently, I think it was Friday or Saturday. Yeah, for Saturday they did announce it. But on Friday... he abruptly ended his stream, and hours later, like, his channel was removed from Twitch. So, basically, subscribers were refunded their monthly fees, and both Dr. Disrespect's agent at CAA and his public relations representative, Gabriel Del Rio, declined to comment when reached by ESPN on Friday of what the situation was on why he got banned. So, this kind of spread a little controversy a little bit, like... nobody still knows why he got banned, which is insane.
I think he actually does know. Because,
actually, there's a few theories.
Yeah, there's a few theories, but if you watch like the last bits of his last stream, they say at like one point you actually see him get a message on his phone. He doesn't show what it is, and he gets really disturbed, gets quiet, and then they say like he curses for a second and just shuts the stream off. So
no, actually,
and then, like,
he's like, "Hey guys, we're gonna get through this. Stay strong, Champions Club. We're gonna get through this." And then.
Oh yeah, he did come out on Twitter like after like a couple. I was gonna say like it was like a couple moments later where he said like it's a hard time for him. We'll get through this. He said firm handshakes, all that.
Oh yeah. He came out with that statement. Saturday afternoon is when he tweeted
but
that out.
He's still trying to say like they didn't tell him what it was for. And I'm like. I know some people, like small-time streamers, they don't really do that, but a big-time streamer like him, they're going to tell him what it's for.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he was looking into it. I was watching Tim the Tap Man, about very well-known Twitch streamer. He's not, like, close with Dr. Disrespect, but he's good friends with him, and he's always in constant contact with him with the Warzone games that they always do. He was actually blown away himself. He actually said he reached out to Doc, and then Doc basically... could only give him, hey man, I'm just looking into it, talking to Twitch about it still. That's pretty much all he can give him. But then they had that like kind of like generic tweet from them where they released a statement saying like, as for our process, we take appropriate action when we have evidence that a streamer has acted in violation of community guidelines or terms of service. These apply to all streamers regardless of status or prominence in the community. And it's like, okay, that's interesting.
I remember this.
Explain why he was banned.
And remember, this was this is number 2 on his Twitch ban, because I remember the first time he got banned because he was recording in a bathroom at E3 last year, and
wasn't it like a mistake or something? Like one of the
yeah,
guys
it was a mistake.
Still recording?
Yeah, he came. It was a mistake. There was nobody really in there, from what I read. So it was basically no harm, no fouls. Everything got dropped with that. But yeah, that was kind of.
There's been accusations though for him about the quote-unquote using his platform to abuse women specifically in certain people's cases. I know there was one person that tweeted. I'm not going to say her name, but...
Well, Gas was saying in the chat that apparently, like, supposedly cheated on his wife or something. I've never seen anything or read anything about that.
No,
I don't allegations on
that. There was nothing on that, for at least from what I know.
Actually concurrent with what's going on. So basically, there's two different sides, alright? So right now, 100%, it's obvious that he didn't cheat on his wife, because even his wife is tweeting out. And,
yeah, well, there you go.
So
that's why I said I didn't see anything about that.
I doubt she'd be supporting him. But basically, there was a later thing that came on last night, and it was like sometime in the AM where even Keemstar came out with the video, and he's like, I swear to God, for someone to be so popular and just for some allegation of someone like sitting there and kissing your hand, they're drunk and everything, and they just come into your room where you guys are staying together and crawls into bed with you and kisses your hand, and that's it, and you don't tell them, hey, that's enough, that's crossing the line, and that's basically all that happened. He's like, then you should be fucking banned just as well. Shortly after that, he had tweeted a picture of Dr. Disrespect and some young girl. So, like I said, it's kind of a half-end, kind of like dodgy situation. Like nobody knows exactly what's going on. Not even Doc at this point.
Well, there's a tweet. The tweet from the gal. The tweet from the gal was saying, like, it was pretty brief, so I won't be too long of it. I mean, they only have certain characters, obviously, but says, I'm sick of being quiet. The CEO of Twitch, and I'm not going to say the whomever, was asked in an all-hands meeting about partners using their platforms to abuse women specifically. Using my case as an example, he chuckled and said, wow, the things that go on our platform, can't really comment, and moved on. Which is, it's ironic she says that too, because there have been quite things. It's not just Doc. There have been so many things, like Alinity has been a big example of streamers who do some pretty stupid-ass things on their streams, like such as animal abuse on the stream, throwing a cat over her head in the middle of a freaking Apex stream.
Let's talk about well, no, not talk about like certain people, but Alinity. Like,
yeah, she's the worst of them all.
Yeah, like
that's what I'm saying. She's the worst.
Wasn't it? Wasn't
the nip slip too?
And then the cat throwing also. Yeah, that's just like, how is she not?
She's had so many things like where a dog's actually like literally like licking in an area that should not be licked on the freaking stream. And like, and why is she not banned yet? My God, she's just.
And then you have Dr. Disrespect over here for like, you know, this. It's just see, Twitch to me really doesn't make any sense. Like I said, we're streaming, recording on Twitch right now. Sometimes it just doesn't make any goddamn sense.
It really doesn't.
Yeah. Why do we live in this world? And that's where the meme comes in. I'm just thinking to myself, I do not want to live on this planet anymore. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's just a really, really. I mean, I'll touch on that part a little bit, but it makes no sense. And then, of course, you've got. Yeah, it's ironic too, but that news came out because then you had another thing that I think you put on. You put the Deserco, I think, or maybe I did, about somebody suing Twitch for having over-sexually contented things like Alinity and people like Alinity and Pokimane and all sorts of female streamers, and that this person has a condition where he's like excessive OCD or and all these other conditions. Where one of them is where he's just basically a sex freak, for lack of a better term. And seeing their streams makes him like break out in that particular, I don't know, mood. I don't even know how to describe it honestly. But I mean, to me, I think I do it as like kind of two different ways. One, it's like, bro, if you feel like this is really gonna set you off, then don't watch her. You have the right to change to a different stream that doesn't make you feel so uncomfortable. But then again, I also support him in his lawsuit against Twitch because there are some stupid things like Alinity with the nip slip and all this crazy stuff she does. And, I mean, I personally haven't seen anything Pokimane's done that's pretty bad. I mean, she had that one issue where I guess somebody donated or did some kind of link to her. She clicked on it and it happened to be a Pornhub that came up on her stream for like 5 seconds. But that's enough to get you in trouble. I mean, you have to be careful.
They've done that to Noah several times when he did his...
Oh, yeah.
They've done it to like every, popular YouTuber.
You have to be extremely careful when you see links in your channel. My rule of thumb is if I see a link in my channel and I don't know who it is, I don't click on it. I just don't. Because I don't trust that.
I actually have those blacklisted in my channel, so that way they're just like quickly get negated by a Nightbot.
Yeah.
Yep. I actually remember when Noah sued a kid, because remember, what was it? Was it Revelations? It was one of the maps either right at the beginning of IW Zombies or it was right around Revelations, but he was streaming and this kid kept putting in false copyright strikes against him to try and ruin his channel.
Yeah.
And he actually sued the kid was like 15, so he ended up suing the family for loss of money, which ended up being like several $1,000s. And they were trying to say why. He's like, because this
people
is my
are just
business,
going for clout.
actually... Well, the thing was, because that was actually his business, was YouTube, so he actually had a legitimate claim to where they were able to sue, and he won, if I remember correctly, because it was considered like business or corporate sabotage or something, something along that lines where you're trying to destroy the business.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, you
just
see
wanna
that.
get
You
the
see
money.
it everywhere. You see, like, people will try to do anything for clout and just try to get money off, like, a certain YouTuber. And even YouTuber,
So do
streamer,
you think that's what's
whoever.
happening with Doc? Because I mean, this just happened randomly, all of a sudden. Like,
Yeah,
just
because
flat out.
without
He mentioned
like,
that too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
I would say, like, without knowing the full story and like backtracking the story of like the picture the guy was showing, that could have been a Photoshop picture for all we know. Because that's
Well-
so easy to do these days.
So here's the next question I have. So he's banned from Twitch at least as of right now. So
He's also
which streaming
banned from
platform-
other social medias.
which streaming platform do you think he's gonna go to next if he decides to go? Because right now he's kind of a free agent as at least at this moment.
You know what's funny is that I was going to mention about this topic that it's so ironic that with this year, in regards to the streaming platform, it's been very odd to say the least. I mean, you see, Mixer was bought out by Facebook Gaming, and so now you're like, okay, Ninja's
that's
a free
huge.
agent.
Yeah, that's huge.
Ninja's a free agent, Shroud's a free agent, and they made huge bank. I mean, I don't know if you were going to touch on this at all in one of your topics, but that was probably one of the best contracts that they ever signed in their lifetime because they got paid out in full.
Yeah, they actually are getting their money back too, which is that's nuts. That's
for
nuts.
Like, how many months of gameplay? It was so.
Yeah, it was like,
oh my
what?
god!
It was under 6 months or something. They signed
Yes.
with Mixer,
Yeah.
and then when Facebook bought them out, they're like, "Hey, you got to honor
That's
their
incredible.
contracts." And
Bro,
it's like,
that
oh crap, we owe him like
he
30
must have a
million, we owe him
really
20.
good lawyer.
Yeah,
He must have a really good
Facebook-
lawyer
Shroud
for
walked
that.
away with $10 million at the end of it. Well,
Yep.
what happened was Facebook had to actually buy out their contracts so that
They did. They did. Yeah.
Facebook's gonna be the new big thing now.
But now,
Yeah.
Obviously, Shroud and Ninja walked away from it as soon as he joined up with Facebook. Shroud made a 10 million easy buy off, and then Ninja made about 30 million. What I see in our future is Ninja and Shroud coming together and forming.
They're
own
doing their little
streaming
collab.
platform.
'Cause they got the money to
You
do
know
it
what's
now.
funny though? To answer your question, and it's ironic that we're kind of parlaying this question along with Darth Vader Disrespect because he actually posted his own video in reaction to the Mixer deal with Ninja. He sees Ninja more as a YouTube side kind of person, and then
Mhm.
sees Shroud just going to maybe like Facebook Gaming
Oh,
or
yeah.
back to Twitch.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking
Whereas
of that,
with Dr. Disrespect, I feel like just based on what happened with this content with Twitch, I mean, YouTube seems to be the one place where he probably might be. And I say that very lightly, might be okay, because you look at now how YouTube's been with this whole like, oh my god, you can be copyrighted for anything, and on top of
Especially
that, you
Nintendo
also,
streams, so you got to be
Yes.
careful with that too. That's like a little off topic, but Nintendo's like really, really bad with like
So then
copyright.
also on
you
top
gotta
of that,
mute the
with
music just for
if you think about it too,
safety.
then you have the option of, oh, is this kid friendly or not? Obviously, he'll probably select every time no, so he won't run into a problem there, I don't think. But
Mhm.
with YouTube especially, he's got to be really, really just careful with YouTube because they are like the biggest freaking, as I said before with the Quaker comment, the biggest Quakers in the world. No, you can't do that. That's offensive. And it's like, oh my god, lighten up. We've seen it firsthand as streamers
Kids-friendly
ourselves.
content.
You
We
kind of
switched
have
to
an
Twitch
idea.
because what?
Well, it's like
Go
you
ahead.
kind of have a deal what his channel's going to be like because his name is Disrespect.
Yeah.
Hence the name.
So I mean, it's like if you go into streams, like, man, that guy's disrespectful.
You know,
This is my name, nitwit.
what do you expect him to
Well, I
be?
mean, there's
Polite?
also the theory, speaking of like, him seeing what happened to Shroud and Ninja, it's allegedly stated that the reason why they're actually banning him and planning on suing him is because the fact is he was apparently supposedly recruiting for the new streaming setup that Shroud and Ninja are currently working on, supposedly. That's another
Supposedly.
retrospect. Yeah, that he was trying to pull streamers from the platform, and so they're suing him and doing all this extra as an attempt to put the hush-hush money on it, basically.
Makes
And
sense.
sue him for ruining their company, in a way. So that's another retrospect, quote-unquote, thing going on, and that's why he was banned or whatever. But like I said, it's still unclear as to if that's accurate or if
Mhm.
Yeah.
this is
I think
actually what's happening.
I think more will come out this week as people dig into it. But for right now, like even with the one that Ninja and Shroud are working on, if they come out with a streaming platform that people can do good on there, I think that what you're going to find is streamers are tired of having like copyright strikes for just music in the background and crap like that, or so like one random, oh, you're temporarily banned because somebody walked by in the background, you didn't realize that they were there or something, and it drives them crazy. So getting to a platform that has like strict rules to follow but not that strict, I think was where it's going to draw a lot of streamers away from the other ones.
Yo-Yo was in chat. He was saying that didn't Twitch also start copyrighting people for music in old streams? And I believe they did also, because back then they didn't used to do that, but now all of a sudden, Twitch is kind of like, cracking down on the old copyright music. And I think
oh my god, yeah.
See, this is the other. Actually, Matt, I remember you've had a Twitch suspension also, if I remember correctly. For
no, I kind of asked for it, honestly.
But yeah, you were streaming
you
a
did
WWE
or something.
Yeah, you did WWE pay-per-view. I forgot which one it was though, and
WrestleMania, the biggest one ever.
Yeah, that also. But the bigger one, because I remember Ray the Rabbit. I guess he was streaming something, and apparently the audio caught in his stream. This is how he got suspended for like 6 months from streaming, but not like uploading videos or anything. There was audio clip, like actual clear audio clip in the background for the Avengers Infinity War playing. So that's how he got suspended. Which is just like, oh man, that just absolutely sucked.
Yikes.
But I would.
It's like anything now they can suspend you, and I mean apart from with everything going on like family and work where I haven't been able to stream or post videos like I want. I'm sitting there looking back, I was like, I probably ended up lucking out.
That's why you just gotta you just delete your own videos before YouTube or Twitch actually does something about it, Which kind of goes to show you that we're in a really bad situation streaming wise. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Like streaming is even on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, well, Mixer's no longer a thing, but whatever the case may be, it's just even for small streamers. I'm a small streamer. I don't consider myself that popular. I'm at 10K subs still, even though I still consider myself that popular. Like it's terrible. Like streaming is just, that's why like for uploading videos now is kind of a fourth wall break a little bit. That's why I've been doing like more premieres, so that way I can get like the view count up a little bit. So premieres actually do help out my channel, which is definitely a good sign. And Matt, when you upload your videos, I think you should probably start doing those too. Do premiere videos. I noticed Ice was doing it, for one of her Pokemon videos. I actually caught that, but I caught the notifications as I woke up the next day, but that's like, I couldn't really see it, but anyway.
How does that premiere thing work anyways? I'll have to ask you guys after that off stream.
Yeah, it's super easy. It's super easy.
Yeah,
that's
I've done it once or twice for a few videos.
All right, but moving on.
Yeah.
So, moving on to the next topic here we're going to talk about here. Oh my goodness. You guys, you better get ready for this one. We've waited a week just for Pokemon to announce this big, exciting update that they're going to do with Pokemon Presents. And what did they announce? They didn't announce Let's Go. They didn't announce, the Gen 4 remakes or Battle Frontier, anything like that, or nothing, Nintendo related, but they announced Pokemon Unite. Now, what is Pokemon Unite, you may ask? Well, it's basically League of Legends, but basically Pokemon. It's a strategic team battle game being developed jointly by the Pokemon Company and Tencent Games. And it's planned to be a cross-platform game for the Nintendo Switch and mobile devices, and will be free to start. So it'll be a free League of Legends Pokemon-esque combination sort of thing you can play on the Nintendo Switch and your mobile phone, just like Pokemon Home. And I mean, I can see where everybody is like super upset over it, because if you guys looked at the YouTube, the dislikes on YouTube, yeah, exactly. It is the most disliked Nintendo video of all time. Like, it passed the Pokemon Sword and Shield E3 trailer, just for the, not for the DLC, but just for the actual game itself. It went.
Not having enough Pokemon.
It was, it was just, oh my god, it was the the monstrosity was unreal. I mean, I can explain why people are so angry and upset, because they were getting their expectations so high up that they just weren't thinking very, very clearly on the situation. And this is where my advice comes into certain people, and everybody else, who's watching, tuning in, the people that I know have these, have this little mindset as well. Just keep your expectations low. And if people do that, then they won't really complain as much. And Penguin and I, we've discussed about this on the show many, many times. If you reduce your expectations to 0, then what do you have to complain about, But if you do the exact opposite, and then you have a lot of people disliking videos, toxic wars are going to go out saying, oh, we could have had this game, we could have had this game, blah, blah, blah. And it's like a never-ending cycle. So, and to quote Dr. Monty from, Black Ops 3, we're the reason why this madness exists. I'm just going to throw that out there. But, I mean, I can personally, my thoughts on it, it's kind of a cool concept, but at the same time, it's, I'll put in the Austin John plays, what he said. Cool concept, but bad delivery at a bad time. If this was... if it was announced, I would say, right around, maybe, let's say, this game and Pokemon Snap kind of flopped weeks. Maybe then that would have made sense, and many people wouldn't have been as angry. But at the same time, Pokemon Snap got a lot more popularity, the reboot of it, than Pokemon Unite, aka League of Legends Pokemon editions. I don't know. This is just, like I said, I'm not against the idea. Maybe I might play it one time, but that'll be it. But at the same time, it's just not a lot of people are going to be... I mean, people are going to be angry, but they're going to try it anyways, just because it's Pokemon, and Pokemon's just a big, big name. And it's funny because Nintendo's not involved in it. It's the Pokemon Company and Tencent. Well, it's going to be on Nintendo Switch, but it'll be in the actual Tencent. And somebody was telling me that Tencent hasn't really been the greatest company, a very, very suspect company when it comes to these sort of things. But yeah, enough of me talking about that. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts on it. So Matt, I wanted you were kind of on this subject immediately as it dropped. So
yeah,
let me know what do you think of it, man?
I said the exact same thing in that video where it's actually, I made a meme out of it. We did it, everybody! And no, we didn't break the record for most dislikes on this video.
Yeah, they just hyped everybody just for that.
It's so sad because the fact that you tease something that is, one second here. Hold on, buddy. You tease something that is really hyped up, and wait, we have another stream dedicated to something even bigger. We're like, oh my gosh, we're gonna get this, and all these theories comes out, and then all of a sudden you basically crap the bed and give us this. I mean, the concept, again, I share the exact same sentiment as Austin, is that great concept, the delivery of it was just trash. I mean, good God, could you crap the bed even more? And good
and this
Lord.
Goes back to my point, like I said, if Pokemon Snap and, Pokemon Unite just flopped weeks, and maybe then that would make sense, and everybody was getting hyped up over it. That would have been the super announcement of, Pokemon Snap being on that same week, but...
Yeah,
having this...
You have one dedicated to the stream by itself. One stream that is dedicated to one announcement.
For 11 minutes.
Okay, yes, it has to be. In that case, it has to be a bigger game. And it doesn't matter if it's a remake of something. It's we were expecting that. And maybe it's almost like the WWE way of thinking, where it's oh, the fans expect this, so we're gonna throw a curveball at them, and then they're gonna be freaking pissed as hell at us.
That's basically what happened. They pulled a WWE and said, "Oh, we're gonna raise your
Vince McMahon."
Probably. But Ice was actually discussing. We were discussing this last show. I'm kind of curious to hear what she thinks on it, because I am
solid. Not gonna be my cup of tea. In the long haul, it's straight up doo doo. Just looking at it, it seems to be more of a ripoff of Battle Frontier than anything, and it's kind of disappointing that they didn't just go ahead and put in the effort. Instead, they're just chopping up some half-baked scheme or fucking idea like this. It's It's like, yes, I want something fresh and new, especially during these times from the quarantines, the riots, and everything, making it a little bit difficult to live around anywhere. But why give your fans, the middle finger?
I mean,
You're just outsourcing it already. You're outsourcing it to another company already, and then you just take it to the whole extreme to basically come up with a ripoff of your own fucking game. Like, why?
Yeah.
Which is like a cross-platform thing with League of Legends, as it says it on the tick of my title: League of Pokemon Legends Unite. little bit of a fourth wall break. I don't know why I do fourth wall breaks, but anyways,
I
might
download it and try it.
If this was announced like the week prior to like the big announcement, then I don't think anybody would like care. But then it was dropped to like raise everybody's expectations. Then it's just like, yeah, it's just a really toxic situation where you had all these people just like raising their hopes, raising the bars. Let's raise the bar to like, let's go Johto, or let's go, well, not let's go, but Gen 4 remakes, as I was saying. And look where we're at right now. It's just... the cycle continues all over again. But Penguin, what do you think, man?
Yeah, I think it was just whenever something has very bad delivery, it's going to get a lot of hate. But at the same token, the hate draws people into like, oh, I wonder what they're talking about. Well, let me play it and see if it's actually as bad as people are making it out to be. So it's kind of a reverse. If you know what I'm saying, like people are going to like.
People are going to try it no matter
what. See
what.
if it's just as bad to see if they're what everybody's saying. But at the same time, like even if you played it one time and tossed it, they still made their money because you played it that one time.
Well, yeah. Well, this game is going to be free to play anyway, so everybody's going to be trying it no matter what. And like I said, I'll probably try it down the line. Like I said, there was a game I kind of log in every single day. Pokemon Cafe was another one that we were kind of on the fence about, but then the one thing I do like with Cafe is the art animation that they did for it. It is actually super adorable and cute. Like, and it's a free game to download. Like I said, same with, whenever Pokemon Unite's going to drop on the Switch. They never gave us a time or a date release for that. But, yeah, that's just kind of showed it says it's kind of sort of in development a little bit. So, I guess they kind of showed, like, I mean, how to play is, like, it's kind of creative in a way, but I don't know. I just don't think it'll be like my, as Ice would say, my cup of tea either. So I don't know about you guys, but that's just me. I maybe might play it for like maybe 30 minutes, maybe at max, but that's it. I'm done, and then I'll just uninstall the app.
Sure.
And right back to Animal Crossing at that rate.
I mean, heck, I'd rather play that than obviously Pokemon Unite, but that's just my opinion on that. But does anybody know how many dislikes it has on there like now?
Oh man, it was up there. Oh gosh, what's the most up to date one? Gosh.
Let me look that up here right now. I'm kind of curious to know.
I mean, I saw 121K at one point, but it might have been surpassed.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up the official Pokemon YouTube channel here.
Pokemon Direct, Pokemon Presents.
Yeah, Pokemon Presents.
I'm thinking sure it's 157,000 dislikes, as opposed to 84,000 likes. Ooh. Oh God.
All right, so I'm looking at a 58-second clip with Team Up to Battle in Pokemon Unite, and well, that's 26,000. God, people are really trashing this so much. But here, let me. I'll look this up here real quick just to confirm that. So obviously the 24th. God, 3 million views on this Pokemon Presents, but 157,000 dislikes, which that's nuts. That's honestly nuts. I mean, that's even Pokemon community now. Is like I said, it's been getting up there for being super toxic too, for people not getting what they want and crying like a bunch of babies,
Yep.
And like I said, the Penguin, yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think the problem is where right now because so many people are just stuck at quarantine, stuck at home, so they're like they have nothing to distract them. So when something bad drops, it's just going to be like a million dislikes in a heartbeat.
Oh, yeah. That's exactly, no question about that. But like I said, it's Pokemon. People are gonna try it, and that's just probably just the end of that story, basically. Are you guys gonna probably play it though? Like, at least try what? I know I said she was gonna play it.
Honestly,
I'll probably give it a try too for like 30 minutes. Yeah, same here. So Matt says no, I says yes. I'll say yes for like, you know, a couple of minutes, maybe try it a little bit. Penguin, how about you?
Still up in the air. I mean,
okay, so you're kind of like it's a toss up.
Like, eh.
So you're going towards no then. Just
probably.
All right, so two no's, two no's and two yeses, and yeah, that's all there pretty much is to it. So some news here, really quick. So wanted to drop this little update news real quick. Today is the 1-year anniversary and birthday of Super Mario Maker 2. So that is a year old today, which that's insane how that game, I actually do own the game, and I actually do have fun with it from time to time. So, yeah, Super Mario Maker 2 is a year old. So
nice.
that is definitely a game. If you guys like Mario games, if you like Mario Maker, that's the game for you guys. But then again, I don't know if Matt would want to get the game, because I would probably send him levels and he would probably rage on most of them. Poor.
Not like your boy Dashy would. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh yeah.
All right, so other stories I wanted to address here. So Min Min, as we talked about from last show, from ARMS, from when she got announced for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, she is going to be available to download as a DLC tomorrow, if you have the Fighter's Pass, or if you want to pay her, you know, individually for $6. So she is going to be available maybe tomorrow. Maybe she could be available right now, because I've seen people, you know, have the ability to download certain fighter characters like immediately. Like, even, like, before a day when it drops, just like, you know, with PlayStation now, the days we deal with their DLC content. But, yeah, Min Min will be available, you know, next day, this week, no matter what. So it's probably going to be most likely tomorrow when she's going to drop. But, yeah, like Ice was saying, you know, even before last week's show, she wants to get back into Smash just because of the ARMS fighter, and, yeah, she looks super cool. She looks super cool. But and speaking of Animal Crossing, I do want to touch up on this real quick. So
Animal Clackers.
so starting on July 3rd, the new update will add the following features and characters to the game. So they're going to have swimming and diving, so you can grab a wetsuit from the Nook and Cranny store on your island, and you can actually swim and dive for like starfish and all sorts of things and all that. So they're gonna add that sort of thing, and all you gotta do is just basically keep your eyes peeled for anything perspective additions to the museum, and make sure to listen for fun facts from Blathers when you donate your new discoveries. And bringing Pascal will bring reward recipes, and when swimming you might meet someone new. The friendly visitor Pascal seems to love scallops, and if you discover one while diving, he may ask you if you can have it, and as a thank you he'll share some of his mermaid themed DIY recipes. So that's the first up. So this is the summer update of Wave 1. Wave 2, which I read, will be in the next month in August, so they might have like a little fireworks thing like every Friday or Saturday on the month of August. I don't know exactly, they haven't really touched up on that, but they are going to add that update in August either way, no matter what. The days, the time, it is going to be at night though. The fireworks update is going to be at night, but we don't know when. Like I said, we don't know what days that's confirmed, but it is going to be dropped in there. So, want to throw that out there. But, yeah, so, yeah, none of you guys were turned on by that. I can tell by that, by the, because, like, oh my god, because I remember, you guys make me laugh. Oh, man. But, But moving on here, which is this is more Xbox related. Yeah, we don't really talk about a lot about Xbox related stuff, but I wanted to touch up on it. So Microsoft apologizes for getting your hopes up for, yeah, this is what it says in quotation marks, hopes up for the new Perfect Dark and Fable games. If you guys don't remember, Perfect Dark, I used to, mess around with that game on the Nintendo 64, super fun game. But anyways, Microsoft's excuse me, Xbox marketing boss Aaron Greenberg has played down the significance, of the recent registration of 2 new Twitter accounts at Fable and at Perfect Dark Game. And he also responded to the tweet stating that, I know everyone is hungry for news, but sorry to get your hopes up. These accounts have been inactive for years. It's standard practice to secure social handles for our IPs. So imagine if they did drop something like this for Xbox, because Fable and Perfect Dark, they were super popular games, and they still are kind of to this day. And this would have been like insane news on Microsoft's part and Xbox if these games were actually dropped. But yeah, so any of you guys ever had these experiences with games? Penguin, maybe you might have had, played Perfect Dark. I don't know, but
no, I never played Perfect Dark, but I've had like experiences where you're just kind of like what they said, where you're waiting and then it's like, oh, sorry, we're not gonna do anything because of whatever, so you kind of get disappointed. I mean, that's just par for the course.
Yeah. So Matt, what do you think?
Sorry, Alex distracted me. What was the question again?
No, it wasn't a question. It was just you. Yeah, that's basically what it was. But what do you think about the whole getting your hopes up sort of thing? Does that sound familiar to you?
Getting my hopes up thing?
Yeah. With Perfect Dark and Fable with Microsoft.
That's a yes.
I can think of quite a few, but I might be on a soapbox for about an hour if I start going off on that. There's quite a few games where I got my hopes up and it just really crapped the bed and really disappointed me. Yeah. Definitely. In short, yeah. Let's just put it shortly. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I used to mess around with that game way back when, so game, like I said, super fun, underrated game, and Time Splitters, if you guys haven't played Time Splitters series, or 1, 2, and then Future Perfect, it was actually, they kind of like, built off, I was gonna say, not the excitement, what's the word I'm looking for? They built off like, oh man, this is gonna kill me, what's the word I'm looking for? Penguin, I hear you chuckling in there, but yeah, they got some excitement. I guess I should probably put that from like Perfect Dark, and they kind of like put it into like their own fast FPS game. But that was like long time ago. But the company that made that kind of like got bought out by Crytek. I forgot the name of it. What was like it was EA Games, and I think what was the other one? I forgot. I have to look this up. This is actually kind of killing me a little bit. But
were they bought out by Crytek?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me look this up real quick. Yeah. So I remember the company. I know it started with an R. It's not Square Enix. It's no, it wasn't Rocksteady. Free Radical. That's what it was. Yeah, Free Radical got bought out by Crytek. I don't know. Part of it did start with an R. No, part of it did. Because I remember it. Because I know there was an R in it. Like one of the
R. Free Radical.
Hey, I was technically right. Okay, I was technically right.
I love tangerines. They're my favorite fruit.
Hey, man. Like I said, I knew there was part of the. I knew it was like a 3 syllable name, not syllable, but 3-word design, but I just couldn't think of it. But I knew it was Free Radical something. But anyways, but yeah, they got bought out by Crytek. So, and they said they were going to do like another Time Splitters 4. That was like years ago when they were going to do that, but they never really got to the announcement on that, and it just the project just kind of went belly up a little bit. But it's just imagine, even if it was like on any console, like maybe do like a reboot of the series, like if it was on Nintendo Switch, I would probably never play any other game other than that game. Like, I would like, well, I wouldn't abandon, of course, Pokemon or like Animal Crossing or obviously any of those games. But if they like, even like, if they would have announced it for, say like Xbox, One, Scarlet, PS4, whatever, I would probably like buy a certain console just to get that game, just gonna get it again. But yeah, that's basically all there is to it for the news-wise. Nothing really much as of going on, except for they did show some Cyberpunk 2077 gameplay that I've seen. I haven't seen too much of it, but everybody's giving like really good reviews on it. Like, it's saying that it's super duper insane. Like, story-wise, everything's just falling into place for that game, and they're actually perfecting it. So, I don't know if you guys seen it, but
they've learned from The Last of Us.
yeah, they definitely did. Well, I wouldn't say they definitely did, but yeah, they're taking their time with their game. Definitely, for sure.
Oh,
yeah. I can't believe they actually put a petition into. You believe that thing about the Last of Us 2 petition? Do you hear about that?
Yeah, I did
heard
see
a
that.
little bit, not much.
I saw your tweet about it, but
fans
I never
actually are putting a petition in to try and change the narrative of The Last of Us from what it was to something completely different. I think it's like, even if you did that, you've already lost your fan base, at least a quarter, if not half of your fan base, because they're pissed about it. With spoilers free, of course, about what happened in the story. And I'm not going to say what happened, but by now you probably already know. But still, though, it's just silly. They had 12,000 and 15,000 petitions. That's crazy. That is crazy. But that's I'm
But that goes back
diverting
to
a
what
little
we
bit.
were saying. Like, with everything going on right now, so many people had nothing better to do than to play video games. So they're like, this ending pissed me off. So let's all sign a petition to make them change it.
Yeah.
exactly.
It's
Just
the
change.
world's going
Just
crazy.
I mean, it was going crazy as it is, and just now the world's like even like a little bit of cuckoo crazy. Okay, so moving on here. No, I got it from a video. Just a little cuckoo crazy. I got it's from a meme from a video, but
Let's go.
but anyways, we do have a question on the show, which I guess the person's really asking me this, but if you guys really want to chime in on your this is a top 5 question, so if you guys want to definitely chime in on this, definitely do that. So, what are your favorite top 5 Nintendo? Let me rephrase that question one more time. What are your top 5 favorite Nintendo 64 games of all time? Since I know it's your favorite console, that is correct. That is my favorite console of all time. But if you guys haven't played Nintendo 64, so your top 5 favorite N64 games of all time. So that is the question that I was brought in from Twitter. So, Matt, you want to start off, man? The floor is yours, my dude.
It just top 3. I mean, just coming to mind. I did like Donkey Kong. I really did. It's not popular.
Donkey
choice,
Kong
but
64.
Yeah, I did like it.
Okay.
Mario 64 and of course.
Okay.
Mario Kart 64 was one of my favorites, of course. It's got to be up there in my top 3. I love playing that game so much. It's so replayable.
But what's your favorite of all time, though? Out of those 3.
Probably Mario Kart 64, just because of the replayability and how fun it was.
Okay.
And it's really fun to play with your friends, too. That's the ultimate trolling game, for sure. Shooting banana peels at people as they're about to go at the finish line. So good. So freaking good. I pissed my friends off so many times doing that.
But yeah, that was a long time ago when there was no internet connection, no anything. You just hook up the 4 controllers into the console, and then bam, you would have pizza night, sleepovers. Oh god, I remember a couple of those memories way back when, which I will talk about here in a little bit. But any 4 or 5 slots, or are you just gonna do a top 3?
Probably top 3 is good. I mean, I wasn't as into the 64 as a lot of people have, but those are the ones that for sure I always play with my friends.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Penguin.
Okay, I liked Donkey Kong 64.
Okay.
I liked Super Mario 64.
Okay.
I really wasn't into Mario Kart at the time, so I can't really put that. I like GoldenEye.
Okay, that's solid.
Another one I liked, which a lot of people kind of forget about, is I like Turok Dinosaur Hunter. That was actually a fun game.
Ooh, that's underrated. Underrated choice.
Yep. And for a fifth slot, well, I like this one more than another one, but it's hard between these two because I kind of like them about equally, so I'll put them as a tie for number 5. Shadows of the Empire, Star Wars, and Star Fox 64.
Ooh, yeah, Star Fox 64 definitely up there for sure. But
Hey, just to clarify before you go, I'm the only reason I didn't have Gold or James Bond in there is because I really didn't play it as much. I enjoyed it, really enjoyed it, but I just didn't play it as much. So it's still a solid game. So I like that choice.
Ice, if you're
I was like a kid at the time, so I played a
still
lot of
available.
stuff,
Alright, for me, again, you got your top 5. Let's see here. In my 5th slot, I would have to say would be Turok. Obviously, that was good.
Okay.
4th slot, Super Smash. 3rd
Alright.
slot, Pokemon Stadium. 2nd slot, Diddy Kong Racing.
Ooh, underrated.
And then
Very, very, very good pick right there.
number 1 spot, obviously the number 1 spot being, there was actually a Nintendo 64 game that isn't even well known, but it was a mashup of 6 games in one, and it had like I forget the name of it, dude. It was so good. It had 6 games in one thing on one cartridge, but you had to go through different stages of playing the game and then combine them for an all-out brawl.
Isn't it? I was gonna say it kind of reminds me of a game that I had on the game. Was it Game and Watch Gallery? Because that was on the Game Boy, if I remember correctly.
No, it
That
wasn't
sounds
that
familiar.
one.
Yeah, I was gonna, because that does.
If
As soon
it
as I
wasn't
saw
that
6
one, it
games in a
sounds
was,
close to it,
so
but
that's
it's
where it
not
just kind of
that
hit
one.
me. Yeah.
It was more of like I forget, but no, never mind. The one that I was thinking of was a different game, but that's not Nintendo 64. So obviously, number 1 spot I'm gonna give to like my number 1 pick would probably be Super Mario 64.
Okay.
But if this was GameCube, I'd have to definitely recommend like the Super Smash All Stars Baseball Game Edition.
Ooh.
That one was pretty fun. The one that had
Yeah,
the Pokemon,
Mario All Stars.
Super Mario characters, Sonic, all that stuff. Like, it had all of them playing baseball. You remember that game? Because that game that game had a promo, but it never really came out. I never saw it anywhere. But it would have probably been a top pick for GameCube right there. Just by itself.
All right. So my top 5. So I'll go from 5 to 1 here. So my number 5 spot, Star Fox 64. That's obviously up there for number 5. And I'll bring my honorable mentions here in a little bit. Number 4, Donkey Kong 64. That's obviously up there. My number 3 spot is Super Smash Brothers 64. Super fun on that game. I played a lot and the holy hell out of that game, pretty much. Number 2, Super Mario 64. Timeless classic. Will probably never get old. And this, I'm probably standing alone from everybody for my number 1 pick here. Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. I probably stand alone with this pick, but that game, at least to me, was like way ahead of its time. Like graphics-wise. Oh, no, it was.
I would say this stand alone. Rebecca would probably support that. She's like a friggin' Zelda nut.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of am that way too. So
As I can tell from the memorabilia you've been buying lately.
I mean, hey, I've been way overdue to buy some. I actually am wearing my Zelda Shakia shirt right now. So I'm wearing it on the podcast. So there
if
is
they had
that.
Animal
But
Crossing attire, oh my gosh, your bank account would be broken, I think.
no. Well, I'm not gonna buy any animal. Well, I don't know. Maybe that's debatable. Maybe
I put a thought in
debatable.
his head.
I'm not gonna
Debatable.
buy it. Wait, yes, I might.
Debatable. It's
Yes,
debatable.
I might.
Well, it's not going to be for me, though. If I'm going to buy some, it's not going to be for me. I already established that with certain family members. But my honorable mentions I wanted to discuss here, because GoldenEye was an honorable mention. I didn't play it like Matt. I didn't play it as much, but I did have super fun also. And my other honorable mention, which not a lot of people may remember this game, but the first Star Wars Rogue Squadron. Maybe Penguin might remember it, but yeah, that was
good. But I still liked Shadows of Empire better.
Okay. Well, how about pod racing? How about pod? This was true story. This was actually announced.
Good one.
They announced it for the Switch was Star Wars Episode 1 Pod Racer, which is now on the Nintendo Switch. I think it's... I don't know how much it costs now. Isn't it like $20, I think? Like, maybe $30? Like, somebody confirm with me if that's... Like, if I'm wrong, just, like, correct me. But,
don't worry, people will.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Like, even in YouTube, people are watching this on YouTube. Like, just correct me if I'm wrong, because... That's another game I wanted to play but never got to play was the Pod Racer one, which is super duper awesome.
It was fun. To me, it was fun for a while, but then after they didn't really keep adding stuff to it, so I kind of like got bored with it. But with the ability now to, I guess you could say, like update games with DLCs and stuff, it probably wouldn't hurt to go to the one that's on Switch, because they'll probably update it with some other stuff to make it more fun, or make the fun last longer, I guess you could say.
Yeah, and then a couple other honorable mentions I wanted to talk about also, because Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask was a honorable mention. Sequel to Ocarina of Time. Very dark storyline. The world's gonna end in 3 days. You gotta time travel back, meet new folks. Make sure they don't have, the worst time of their lives, because, everybody has, like, a terrible fate in the realm of Termina, which kind of has, there's, like, some rumors and speculations or theories talking about, like, if Termina was another reality. But we'll probably talk about that in another time. But, yeah, because Majora's Mask was the first one. The other one I wanted to mention was... Like Matt was saying, because he was playing Mario Kart. I didn't play enough of Mario Kart, but I did play with friends on that game. I was alright at it. I mean, I kind of did, like I said, with Matt. Well, like what Matt was saying, I did mess with people a little bit, just like throwing, the shells and the banana peels and all that. But
he continues it in Friday the 13th.
Pretty much, right?
Yep.
But, yeah, somebody just throwing a banana peel down there. Just make Jason slip or something. Zip.
Oh, that would be awesome if they ever added that.
Like, okay, bye.
You see Jason chasing somebody and go, poof.
And then it's a whack at Jason.
He's like, I am out of here, bye. That'd be. It's like a Home Alone. It's like a Home Alone comic relief where you just like put the banana people, and then instead of just like blood from Jason, like when he falls out, it's just for real. It's like the Marv and Harry, Legos, like the car situation. We're at the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah, and then you change up that famous line. Mom, I've reached the top.
Harry, I've reached the top. Oh my god, that would be amazing if they did like a Friday the 13th like spoof, but it was like Home Alone sound effects. I've been like saying this like a couple of times way back when, but that would be amazing if that happened.
I could probably like on one of my nights off. We could probably play and I could record, because I have done a video I think with crazy sound effects for Dead by Daylight way back when. A lot of people thought it was funny as hell and liked it.
Oh my god, that's awesome. I'll have to take a look at that then.
Yeah, I'll have to find the link and just like send it to you in the DMs, because it'll be easier than hunting through all the videos.
If it was that funny, then it probably must have like a good number of views then.
Let's see. I mean, I think I was just starting my YouTube channel at that point.
Yeah, so you just use like sound effects and all that. Almighty sound effects, Penguin. Do I have at least one number right? The price is right. I don't know why I have that stuck in my head.
Bum, 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 bum.
Oh my god.
Search here real quick.
Yeah, so while Penguin's looking this up here, so just want to remind you guys, episode number 15 will be recorded tomorrow on the we'll probably record. I would say like maybe around like 5 o'clock Pacific time, somewhere around there. So we'll probably start like 30 minutes later than the usual start time. So as a little quick PSA, we are going to start at 5 tomorrow on the Twitch side. So be sure to follow the Twitch channel, because that's how we record our podcast on the Twitch channel. But
That's how I roll.
that's definitely how you roll. But
I had like over 3,000 views on that one.
oh, that's okay.
And
That's respectable.
Penguin's phrase is, "That's how I waddle." I love it.
They see me waddling. They hate.
Jesus.
They try to catch me waddling dirty.
Yeah. Yeah, you've been definitely waddling dirty, all right. But yeah, just I just wanted to touch up on that. Yeah, thank you for the question from let me see who it was that sent in the question real quick. Yeah, Mountain Guy 35. Yeah, you've been asking a lot of questions. That's you are the man. You are the man.
You are the rails of MVP.
I don't know why, but that sounds funny too. It's like, thank you for the question, whoever the hell you are.
Yeah, pretty much. But on that note, do you guys want to add anything else before we head on out of here?
No.
No? Ice, what about you? You want to add anything else?
Nah.
You sound like Bugs Bunny, like, what's up, Doc?
Sorry, I'm just.
No,
like,
it's cool. That was actually pretty funny.
Yeah,
That was pretty funny.
terrible.
So, Matt, anything else?
No, Alex wants to say something. What do you want
Oh,
to say?
Alex? Oh, okay, what is Alex? I kind of heard him. You
No,
gotta
come
get
here,
him.
come to the
You gotta.
microphone.
You gotta get. He's gotta get closer. To, oh my god! What?
What was that?
Yeah.
He's like, he went, bye!
Oh, is that what he was?
Yeah,
Like two microphones getting too close to each other.
Yeah, I was
He
gonna
like
say-
gets right up in that microphone. I'm like, Alex, you can only stand right there. Okay, he went, bye!
Bye, ice cream.
My ears are destroyed.
All right, but we will have more news on the show tomorrow. But I want to just leave it at that. We gotta have some sports stories we're gonna talk about tomorrow, which is
Bye.
Okay, Alex.
okay, Alex.
Okay.
I see you.
That's enough, Alex. Jesus.
But we do have some sports topics we are going to talk about here tomorrow on the show. Maybe we might throw some video game news every now and then if something, pops up. But I think we've already touched what happened, for, this week and last week. And like I said, we got some more topics to top up for tomorrow's show. So be on the lookout for that as well. So, yeah, that's going to do it for tonight's show. And like I said, we were recording on June 28th, 2020, so it'll probably be up here in a couple of days. And then once I get that edited and rendered, I'll probably work on the next recording, which is probably uploaded probably like the next day after this episode gets uploaded. Probably, I would probably say Wednesday, somewhere around there. But anyways, I love you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in on the Twitch side. Or if you're watching this on the YouTube side and you stayed for like the next hour and 16 minutes, well, congratulations. You get some respect from me. +5 on your man card. Or woman card if you're, because all genders matter. But for Matt, Ice, Penguin, I'm Kyle the Pug. I'll see you guys next time. Same time, same place. Which is tomorrow. Love you. #PugBark. Bye! You just had to put that in there, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
I did say, Alex's timing on that was perfect. He said, bye!
Oh my god, but anyways, love you guys. Bye!